Target, 11 o'clock.
February 23rd, 1945, 7:40 a.m. Outskirts of Cologne, Germany. The fog sits low, clinging to the shattered streets like a living thing. Rubble crunches under steel tracks. Somewhere ahead, a church bell hangs silent, its tower split open by artillery. The war has already chewed this city apart. And then you hear it. A deep, mechanical growl, heavier than anything that's come before. An American tank rolls slowly into view. At first glance, it doesn't look revolutionary. Just another armored beast, crawling through Europe's broken bones. But the men inside know better. Their hands are tight on the controls, their breaths shallow. Because this isn't a Sherman. This is the M26 Pershing. And today, it's about to prove something. Inside the turret, Corporal John Irwin wipes condensation from his periscope. His voice is calm, but only just. Driver, hold steady. The tank halts, ahead. Through the thinning fog, a shadow moves. Long barrel, low silhouette. German, deadly. A Panther tank. From months, years, the American crews had learned to fear that shape. The Panther wasn't just another tank. It was faster, better armored, and armed with a gun that could punch through a Sherman like paper. Too many crews had burned because of it. Too many had never made it out. But today, something is different. Inside the Pershing, no one speaks for a second. Then Irwin leans forward. Gunner, target. 12 o'clock. The turret begins to turn. Slow, deliberate, powerful. The 90mm gun aligns. Outside, April 1st, 1945, 6:10 a.m. Okinawa, Ryukyu Islands. The sea is still burning. Black smoke coils upward from shattered landing craft. The shoreline is chaos, mud, blood, and twisted steel. American troops push inland, boots sinking into wet earth, rifles clutched tight. Somewhere in the distance, artillery thunders like a heartbeat that won't stop. But something feels wrong. There are no mass counterattacks, no waves of enemy tanks, no desperate charges, just silence. High in the hills, hidden behind layers of rock and earth, the soldiers of the Imperial Japanese Army are watching, waiting. They are not impressed, not by the ships, not by the planes, and certainly not by American tanks. Because in their experience, tanks don't decide battles. Not here, not in the Pacific. For years, Japanese commanders had built their doctrine around a simple truth. Terrain beats armor. Jungle, mountains, caves. These are the real weapons. American tanks, especially the Sherman, had struggled in these environments. Too bulky, too exposed, too easy to trap, isolate, and destroy with infantry tactics. Magnetic mines, suicide charges, hidden artillery. The strategy was brutally effective. Let the Americans land. Let them bring their tanks. Then bleed them. Slowly, relentlessly, until the machines became coffins. Inside a reinforced bunker overlooking a narrow valley, a Japanese officer studies a map. Captain Hiroshi Tanaka doesn't look worried. He taps the terrain with a glove. April 1st, 1945, 6:42 a.m. The valley, Okinawa. The ground is no longer still. It trembles constantly under the weight of advancing steel. Smoke chokes the air. Dirt rains down from shattered ridgelines. What was once a carefully constructed ambush site is now collapsing in pieces. Bunker by bunker, gun by gun. And at the center of it all, the Pershings keep moving. Inside his command post, Captain Tanaka grips the edge of the table. This is wrong. Every calculation, every assumption was built on years of experience. American tanks advance. They get hit. They burn. That is how this works. That is how it has always worked. So why aren't they stopping? Bring up the anti-tank teams, he orders sharply. If artillery cannot stop them, infantry will. From hidden tunnels carved deep into the hills, Japanese soldiers emerge. They carry desperation in their hands. Magnetic mines, explosive charges, satchel bombs, weapons designed for one purpose: to get close, too close. Down in the valley, a Pershing grinds forward over broken terrain. Its turret shifts, scanning, searching. Inside, Sergeant Reeves watches through his periscope, eyes narrowing. Movement. Left ridge. Infantry. They come fast, faster than expected. Japanese soldiers sprint downhill, weaving through smoke and debris, using the chaos as cover. Their goal is simple: reach the tank, touch it, destroy it. Coaxial! Coaxial! Reeves shouts. The machine gun erupts instantly. April 2nd, 1945, 9:15 a.m. Southern Okinawa. Rain begins to fall. Not a storm, just a slow, steady drizzle that turns dirt into sludge and trenches into shallow graves. The battlefield feels heavier now, quieter in places. But beneath that quiet, something is shifting. Word is spreading. Inside a reinforced cave network, deep beneath layers of rock, senior officers of the Imperial Japanese Army gather around a dimly lit table. A report lies open, handwritten, rushed, unsettling. They are not the same tanks. The sentence is underlined twice. Another line follows. Direct hits, ineffective. Close assault, unreliable. The room is silent. These are not words they are used to reading. For months, years, the pattern had been predictable. American armor could be delayed, trapped, and destroyed with discipline and sacrifice. But now there is uncertainty. Colonel Masao Ishikawa leans forward, studying the report. How many? He asks. Unknown, an officer replies. But more are coming. That is the most dangerous part. Not just that these tanks exist, but that they are arriving in numbers. Outside, the battlefield continues to evolve. American forces are pushing deeper into Okinawa's defensive network, into terrain specifically designed to nullify their strengths. Ridges, caves, interlocking fields of fire. A fortress, built into the earth itself. And at the front of the advance, the Pershings. Mud clings to their tracks as they climb slopes that would have... April 3rd, 1945, 11:20 a.m. Shuri Line, Okinawa. The rain has stopped, but the ground remembers it. Thick mud grips, boots, tracks, everything that tries to move across it. The air smells of wet earth and cordite. Ahead, rising from the landscape like something carved by war itself, the Shuri Line. A labyrinth of fortified ridges, bunkers, tunnels, and interlocking fire zones. This is not a defensive position. This is a fortress. American infantry slows as they approach. Even from a distance, you can feel it. Machine gun nests are hidden within stone. Artillery is buried deep, invisible until it fires. Every inch of ground ahead has been measured, calculated, prepared. This is where advances go to die. And yet, the order comes. Move forward. At the front of the assault, engines ignite. Low, heavy, unmistakable. The M26 Pershing moves again. Inside his tank, Sergeant Reeves stares ahead at the ridgeline. Looks like hell, the driver mutters. Reeves doesn't disagree. Because this isn't just another position. This is the heart of the defense. Up ahead, hidden deep within reinforced concrete and rock, Colonel Ishikawa watches through a narrow observation slit. He has prepared for this, adjusted his tactics, repositioned his guns. This time, there will be no surprises. Let them come. he says quietly. The first shots come without warning. Artillery erupts from concealed positions, shells slamming into the advancing line with terrifying precision. Machine guns open from April 5th, 1945. 4:50 p.m. Shuri Heights, Okinawa. The sun is sinking. A dull orange glow bleeds through smoke and dust, casting long shadows over a battlefield that no longer resembles the one from 2 days ago. What was once a solid defensive line is now fractured, broken into pockets of resistance, isolated and shrinking. And at the center of that collapse, the Pershings, mud-caked, scarred, still moving. Sergeant Reeves' tank crests a battered ridge, its engine groaning under strain. The hull is marked with impacts, dents, burns, scrapes, but it holds. It has always held. Contact front, the gunner says quietly. No panic now. Just focus. Below them lies the final defensive cluster, one of the last intact positions of the Imperial Japanese Army in this sector. Concrete bunkers, hidden artillery, interlocking fire, everything they have left, concentrated here. Colonel Ishikawa stands among his remaining officers. The noise of battle surrounds them, but inside this moment there is clarity. They have done everything right. Used terrain, adapted tactics, shifted positions, fought with discipline. And still, the Americans came through. He looks out toward the advancing tanks, not with disbelief anymore, but with recognition. They were underestimated, he says quietly. Because they were. For years, tanks in the Pacific were seen as secondary, limited, vulnerable, useful but not decisive. That belief shaped everything. Every plan, every